I never thought I would be the girl crying in a parking lot, surrounded by bags from the most expensive stores in Lagos, while standing in front of a white Range Rover that didn't belong to me. My name is Mia, and until recently, I was just a regular student at the University of Benin, dreaming of a life I saw only on Instagram. I remember walking through the Uniben campus gates every morning, tired, broke, and exhausted from trying to keep up with girls who had everything. I wanted that life. I wanted the designer bags, the soft skin, and the feeling of never having to check my bank balance before buying lunch. When I met him, it felt like my prayers had been answered. He was older, successful, and he looked at me like I was the only person who mattered. At first, it was just dinners. Expensive, quiet places where the wine cost more than my monthly allowance. He told me he was separated, that his marriage was a hollow shell, and that I was the light he had been waiting for. I wanted to believe him so badly that I ignored the red flags. I ignored the way he would never answer his phone when he was with me, and the way he always seemed to be looking over his shoulder. The transition was subtle. One day, he bought me a handbag. The next week, he was taking me shopping. Before I knew it, I was living in a beautiful apartment in Lekki, disconnected from my life in Benin, living a lie that was wrapped in luxury. I told myself it was fine. I told myself that I was just enjoying the perks, that I wasn't hurting anyone, and that he truly loved me. But the reality of being a side chick is not what you see on social media. It is a lonely, cold existence. It is sitting in a mansion while the woman you are hiding from is out living a life you will never be part of. You have the car, you have the bags, and you have the clothes, but you don't have a name. You are a secret that has to be kept, a ghost in his perfectly curated world. The moment the illusion shattered, it wasn't a loud explosion. It was quiet. It was seeing him at a public event, standing next to his wife, looking at her with the exact same expression of adoration he used to give me. I realized then that I wasn't his light. I was just a temporary distraction, a plaything he used to spice up his life whenever he got bored of his reality. I looked at the bags scattered around me on the pavement. They were just material things. They didn't make me happy. They just served as reminders of my own desperation. I had traded my integrity and my future for a lifestyle that felt like a cage. The tears I felt weren't just for him. They were for the girl I used to be, the one who had dreams that didn't involve being someone's secret. Walking away was the hardest thing I ever did. I left the car, I left the clothes, and I left the apartment. I returned to reality with nothing but the clothes on my back and a heart that was heavy with regret. I learned the hard way that when you chase a lifestyle that isn't yours, you end up losing the only thing that actually belongs to you, your self-respect. Now, when I look back at my time at Uniben, I see how simple and honest my life was. I'm still picking up the pieces, but at least now, every step I take is my own. If you are ever tempted by the glitz and the glamour of someone else's life, remember my story. No amount of luxury is worth losing yourself for.